Hey everybody, Kirk here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of my swings from the face on and down the line perspective. These were two different shots that I took today when I was out just hitting some golf shots after a lesson. And it's the same club. I believe it was a 7-iron. I'm just going to draw a couple lines here and take you through the simplicity of my golf swing and talk a little bit about what I'm trying to accomplish here. You'll be able to see here, but I'll make a little circle around my head and things that I see in a lot of my swings of my customers. I'm going to talk about that, as well as I'm going to be showing you these at full speed as well after the analysis. So you'll see as at setup, the club is obviously in line with my trailing forearm from the down the line view. So when you look here at the video on the left side of the screen, that the club shaft is in line up through the underside of my right elbow, and that's going to be important as we go through the swing. But you can see the yellow line marks the swing plane that I'm set up on. I take the club very slightly to the inside on the back swing. Most likely it's just my alignment's over here. I would like it to go up the plane line, but sometimes the camera perspective is a little bit off, but I would think this is potentially a little bit to the inside. If we look as I start back here on the face on view, my feeling is that it's just a turn of the body. You could see very little hand action there. It's kind of a one-piece takeaway here to this point, and my weight is certainly shifting a little bit to the right side. Looking at the hip, it's turning in. I get a lot of my clients who end up over here on the backswing, which makes it really difficult to get back into the lead leg on the downswing. But I'm going to go back here to this position here. And as I continue up, you can see I'm continue the body turn and start cocking the wrist as I'm going up. That's not a conscious move. And from my experience in working with a lot of people, especially in my schools and online, I rarely, if ever, see somebody that doesn't cock their wrist. So it's something I wouldn't really be too worried about. And I actually talk very little about the backswing simply because I think impact is really what counts in the golf swing. And as you see on the PGA Tour, you see from 100 players, you'll see 100 different backswings. And there's a lot of different positions there. So you see here, hands at about shoulder high, and my hips are turned. Let me get rid of this. And as we get into, if you look at my legs in the picture on the left, you'll see also that I've turned quite a bit. I'm keeping some flex in the trailing leg. My spine angle's exactly the same as it was at setup, and so the face on view, you can see as I start, and one of the big things I'm looking for in the swing, and my drills attempt to help people learn how to do this, and clients who are following my drills learn over time, especially those sending in videos, how to make this move. But really, if I'm watching the legs here, I'm going to see the club still going up as you see movement in the legs going forward. So my hips are starting to turn. You can see my left leg leading out. You see also the heel a little bit in the air here on the backswing. That's something that helps me make a bigger turn. And it's, again, I don't like to restrict movement in the swing. I know a lot of people do. But I find that a little bit of lifting the heel, and again, it's not something I consciously do. I just don't restrict it. You can see it has no effect. If you look on the left, the down the line shot, it doesn't change my spine angle one bit. And it's helping me with the transition, getting the leading foot. So if you look at the leading foot there, it's actually going from here, where it is turned out a bit. And if you watch where it comes down, you see where the heel's coming down. It's actually putting my left foot in a position that's going to be able to accept the turn of the through swing better. So I'm actually turned out that much as I'm coming into the ball. And so, sure, I could start that way, but then it feels kind of funny on the backswing. And so I kind of, again, it's not something I do consciously, but it's a natural movement. And I think it aids power, but it also helps me to get more turn in the through swing. So as I've started down, I've shifted, and you can see now I'm also going to get rid of some of these. Still looking at my head, it's dropped a slight amount. I want to stay as level as possible through the swing. Back when I used to try to copy Moe Norman, it was something that you had to drop down quite a bit, as Moe did, in order to make great impact, and that's where I always had difficulty. Not only that, I lost a lot of distance and accuracy as well because of that. And so I'm really just trying here to stay level. I'm really just trying to stay level. I'm going to watch this leading leg. I want it to be straightening coming into impact. And the reason for that is simple. We need this shoulder rotating upward and the left leg straightening. As the club's releasing, it's going to create this flat spot going through. And it's very critical to understand that it's not only a power move, but it helps and aids in helping you deliver the club ideally through impact. So get rid of that. If we look on the left, you should see the club coming down the plane. I'll stop it right there and match it here on the face-on views, just so you can compare those two. See the right heel coming up a little bit. Again, it's had no effect on my spine angle or the height. My head's not moving up because the heel came up. It's a power move. I'm using the ground to create power, but also to help me deliver the golf club with my hands leading through impact, which is one of the most important factors in developing a powerful yet consistent impact with a nice flat spot, the square face through impact, and a consistent path. And so that's why it's a main part of my Setup for Impact program. And you see me coming into impact here, what I'm looking for. Again, my head's in position. I'm going to go back here to down the line, getting close to impact. You can see how the spine angle here has remained the same throughout the swing. And my client's sending in videos. We see where the left arm is at impact. There's still good lag here coming into impact, and that's really my goal of the entire swing and what I'm trying to help people do. And what makes that possible to really work a lot on impact is the setup here. You can notice that the club has returned to the same plane that I was on at setup, which makes it a perfect single plane golf swing. You can see the alignment of the club to my right arm is the same as it was at setup. And here we come into impact on the face-on view. There we are at impact, and this is my goal. There's still an angle between the leading left arm and the club shaft. So I have forward shaft lean, and this is what I'm after. Obviously with the driver, we'd be making the same motion, but the ball would be up here, and so in that position, the club would come into alignment with the left arm around impact, and it's the same swing regardless of club, but this is what I'm looking for. This is the most important thing to me. And then setting up on your impact plane and staying level through the shot, letting your legs create power for you are really what you need to be working on. Keeping it as simple as possible. So when I go through, you can see from both viewpoints, both sides have me in the end of my drill 3 position here with the right arm extended towards the target and the club shaft almost in perfect alignment with the club. And you'll see also my head's going to start moving towards a position here that's above the left leg, and that's a goal also. In the past with the Moe Norman swing, what I found was my head was moving down because I was trying to keep this trailing heel flat on the ground and the leading leg bent, and that kept me from being able to finish the swing in a decent position. So this is a much better position. It's much more athletic and easier to get to. It provides for a lot more distance, but it's also what actually helps me to attain this impact position. Getting the body turned is what's going to create this position. And for those of you following my drills, you understand that. But again, if you look on the left, as I swing through, I start to stand up. And so you can see my shoulder plane really goes from here, from this position, to a more level position as I finish. So if you look at it up here, it's a much more level position. I'm going to show you some video of the full speed shots next. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day.